Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Bill Knows Boxing. Recently, I had the pleasure of watching my friend Bob at Canada's Boxing Channel doing a feature on some Irish fighters. So I thought I'd do my own little list, because being Irish, these guys matter. And I think it's important to remember them, and I might have one or two names that are different to Bob's list, and between our two lists, hopefully you feel inspired to either remember them or to go and check them out and see what you might find. But these guys are worth remembering. Some of them had more straightforward ways to get into boxing, and some of them had real journeys, and it was really tough. So I think it's worth remembering these people and give them their moment, and so that any new audience might go and check them out. So I'm going to do this in a series because I find that YouTube uploads take an absolute age. So I'm going to do it as a series to make it easier for the uploads to work and for also to not launch a whole lot of information in one video, because sometimes that gets lost. So I'm going to start with a man from a previous era. His name is Mike McTeague. Now in this era, they didn't mess about. He had 174 fights. He won 111, 52 by KO, and he lost 45 times. There's no Floyd Mayweathers here. These guys, they took their wins, they took their losses, and they really put the effort in. Not saying Floyd didn't, but it was these guys who really fought, He was born in Clare, and he moved to America when he was 21, earning the nickname Bold Mike. He became light heavyweight champ of the world in 1923 after 20 tough rounds in Dublin. Title fights in Dublin. I like it. In his first defence, he lost to Tommy Loughran, only to win the rematch. He then held the belt until 1925, and he died in New York in 1966. A letter by a local written to the Clare Champion newspaper in 1966 suggested that only the late great Cassius Clay's footwork was better than Bold Mike's. Now that's some praise. So, the next one I want to tell you about is a more recent fighter, and somebody I had the pleasure of watching back in the day. Wayne McCullough. His record stands is slightly different to Mike's, as you will see. 34 fights, 27 wins, 18 by KO, and 7 losses. Silver medalist from Barcelona 1992, he travelled to the land of the rising sun to win the World Bantamweight title in 1995. He lost that belt 2 years later. But his record shows he had determination and he had lots of grit. He took both Nassim Hamed and Erik Morales, both considered greats in their time, the distance. And his final title shot at featherweight came up against Scott Harrison. Now, he didn't do so well in that fight, but he proved he had guts and he had determination. And I think that's what we want to see from our fighters. We want to see the guts. We want to see the glory. So the final one for today, I want to tell you about, we're going to step back in time again, is Tom Sharkey. Originally from Dundalk in Ireland, he had an interesting life. He ran away from home and became a cabin boy on one of those epic boat rides to America. And I don't think we really get what that was like. Those cabin boats, they were no joke. It took weeks to get there. The boats were riddled with infections and diseases and all sorts of nonsense. You think about it now, you go to Dublin Airport, you go to Shannon, you jump on your plane, boom, a couple hours later you're there. These guys, it took weeks and it was really dangerous. Sanitation was almost non-existent. Food was scarce. It was wild. Tom joined the Navy and began his career as a boxer while deployed in Hawaii. Sharkey drew with James J. Corbett in 1896 and registered a win over Bob Fitzsimons later that year. He was awarded that fight after his rival was disqualified by stand-in referee Wyatt Earp. Probably not a good idea to mess with Wyatt. He might shoot you. Which made Sailor Tom champ of the world. Champion of the world. He lost his belt and the rematch to James J. Jeffries on points, with the second fight going 25 rounds. That's really mad. His final 7 fights were losses, including a rematch against Fitzsimons. But I'm sure you will agree, he had a wonderful career and he showed lots of grit. So that's it for today, and I hope you enjoyed it. And tune in for the next one, which hopefully will be soon. Thank you very much. Sorry, just to finish, I would appreciate if you would follow Bob's channel as well. As I said, he's a great guy and he has lots of knowledge about boxing, and I'm sure you will enjoy it. And I'll leave the link below. Thank you.